Hey friends! Are you looking to make some more money doing some freelance writing? Are you a good writer? If you are, give it a try, because I regret not really getting more serious about it sooner, because you can bring in some pretty good money. But I have some tips for you that are going to help out while you're getting started. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about Upwork, and there are bigger, better ways to make more money with your own company doing freelance writing. But Upwork is a decent way to get in easily, find clients, connect with clients, and do so, without having to do cold calls and that kind of thing. And they do charge a fee for your service. I think they take, I want to say 20%, and then that reduces after you hit a certain dollar amount with clients. So if you're doing good work for those clients and you're getting repeat business, you're going to pay less in fees over time. And the benefit of having that, though, is they have payment protection, right? So I did have one very large client. I want to say it was, gosh, I can't remember. It was somewhere between $500 and $1,000, and they didn't pay. And so Upwork covered it because they had that payment protection on there. So that's a really important thing. So I just wanted to give you some ways that you can get started. And I will do a disclaimer that I am a professional writer. I'm not just somebody who jumped into the pool and thought I can write and I can do this. I have a journalism degree. I've been working in marketing communication for almost 20 years. So that's where I'm coming from doing this freelance writing on the side. My first tip for you is be honest about your expertise and be realistic. So if you're an expert, get the money that you deserve. I'm not gonna write, personally, with my level of experience, I'm not gonna write a 2,000 word article for $20. It's not worth my time. It's not gonna happen. But if you're a beginner, then maybe you wanna take some lower jobs so you can get the experience and build up the clientele, build up the samples, and do those kind of things. But also you want to be really honest about what you're good at and what you're not, okay? I actually had an emphasis in PR as my journalism degree. That was what I majored in and graduated in, but I don't like it. I don't like doing PR. I'm okay at it, but it's not my primary expertise area. I'm much better at doing features, doing blog content, doing that kind of stuff, doing digital campaigns. So find your strength and be honest about it. Also, you'll find that clients try to double dip. Oh, we need you to design this and we need you to write this. Well, guess what? I'm a writer. I'm not a designer. There are people that are very good at both, but it is rare. And so if you're only like half-assed at one thing, don't promise that. And also, they're trying to get more out of you just to be cheap. Let's be real. Like, oh, we want you to do all this. Well, guess what? That's not how it works. If you want a good product, you need a good writer, a good designer, you need to parse it out. So that's my expertise to you. And, I've taken a couple jobs I regretted. I did a scraping job. If you don't know what scraping is, it's going and finding data about a particular thing. This thing was finding email addresses, names, and websites. It was for something. And I hated it. Like, I was good at it, it was fine, but it paid crap and it wasn't worth my time. The next thing is ask questions that show your stuff. Like, if you're a writer, you should know about target markets. You should know about audience segments and be asking what sets the company apart. Don't just write them some generic thing, and really make your proposal to them about how you can help them and what's gonna make it easy for them to accomplish their goal. Find out what their goal is. Like, so many people don't even ask that. They just read the description and write something, and it's like, no, what are you trying to accomplish with this piece that you want me to write? The next thing is you want to establish yourself on Upwork, and this can get a little bit hard because getting your first jobs, it's kind of like the real world. Like, getting your first jobs is hard, and once you're rolling, you're good, right? So one of the main things is you want to apply for jobs right after they're posted, because you'll get the most attention, especially in the beginning. And then you want to make sure you get very clear expectations, you get very clear deadlines, because you're going to be rated on Upwork as far as your completion rate. You're going to be rated by your clients, and you want to make sure that as you establish yourself, and this is what I say when I contact people, I'm 100% completion rate, I'm a top rated Upworker, and I verified myself through the verification steps. You want to do all those things so that people trust that you're a legit writer and they're gonna want to pay you. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about is red flags. And there's some really basic things that you can watch for. When I really first started getting going on Upwork, one of the things that I applied for this job. It was a full-time job. I thought I was going to be full-time remote. And then they said, we're going to send you this check for equipment. And it ended up being this total scam thing. So if it sounds too good to be true, it is. If it's a legit company, they're not going to have a Gmail address. If you look at their history, that's the big thing. If they have 11 jobs posted and 0 hired, red flag. If the post has been up for 12 hours and it has less than 5 applications, there are things in there that people saw that they know it's a bad deal and it's a red flag, right? Another thing is look at their rating. If they've been a real difficult client, they will not have a good rating. Look at their average pay. It'll tell you if it says this person paid on average $5 an hour, not gonna be worth your time. So those are all red flags that you want to watch out for, because just like they're making sure that you're a good option for them, you want to make sure it's a good client for you also. My next thing is don't kill yourself trying to meet expectations that you can't meet. Only offer what you can offer, right? I am very clear with my clients that I work full-time and that I do this on the side, and I'm not going to be able to turn things around in 5 hours. If I see a post that says we're going to require 3 articles a day every day, that's not realistic for my life, and I'm not going to promise that. However, do be accommodating. If they want to talk to you via phone before they hire you, go for it. They want to make sure you're legit just as much as you want to make sure that they're legit. So that completely makes sense. And it will be obvious if they're a professional company. And then this goes back to expectations and being clear about what you're actually capable of. If you're someone who is not a trained professional writer, then stay in your lane, right? And this applies to everybody, okay? So I have a journalism degree. I learned AP style. I've been writing primarily in that style all of my career. So if I see a post that requires APA style, which I did do for my master's degree, but I don't do on a regular basis, or Chicago style, which I've never really written in, I'm not gonna pretend like I do, okay? So if you are someone who is becoming a writer because you like to write and you're good at it, but you don't have the formal training or the formal education, your best bet is gonna be right for people who are bloggers or who want ads or social media or those kind of things. You're not going to want to write for corporate publications or a lot of corporate instances, because there's certain things that they're going to expect and you're going to end up making yourself look bad, especially if there's a style mentioned in the posting. And also, no matter if there's not a style mentioned in the posting, you should be asking, what is your expectation? Do you have certain, tone and voice that your company uses on a general basis? What is it that you expect? One last kind of thing I wanted to address is the hourly versus the flat rate. I have been writing for a very long time, so that I know I can do certain things in a relatively quick amount of time. Especially, you want to take into account the research. So I recently did an infographic for a company, but they had already done all the background research, which means in that case, I took a flat rate fee and I took a little bit lower fee, because if I had to do the research myself, that would have required a lot more of my time. And so if you are a newer writer and don't know how long things are going to take, hourly might be better for you. But a lot of times, if you do hourly, the client will request a maximum cap on the amount of hours that they're going to pay you for. So maybe the other option is to take a little bit lower rate for some initial projects, just to see how long it takes you and see what ends up being worth your time financially. I'm not a strong advocate one way or the other of flat rate versus hourly. I really think it depends on the project. So I think vagueness is kind of one of the keys. So if a client says to me, I'm going to need these 5 web pages, this landing page, and this ad, I can easily give them a flat rate. If they say, I'm going to need you to reorganize my website and add some sections, which is super vague, I have no idea the amount of work or the time that that's going to take me, and I'm going to go more towards an hourly rate. So I hope that these tips help for getting started on Upwork. If there's anything else you want to know, go ahead and put it down in the questions in the comments below. I'll get right back to you. If you enjoy content like this, please let me know. Please subscribe, and I'll get you more stuff on the side hustles that I'm doing. Thanks for visiting.